Can you imagine me sitting at home in my office, trying to manage my portfolio that I have put in these different instruments, some of which I don't know how to do?
Yes.
It's just a lot of work.
True.
What does it take to run the special fund that we're running right now in terms of resource, and talent? Because sometimes people think that we're doing patapotea, like just describe briefly what it takes to be able to run something like this.
Okay, I'll break it down to, there is the actual trading, that is number one. There is analysis, there is risk management, and there is the operational part of it. Operational part of it is also hectic. It's not similar to the other places because there are a lot of settlements. You are changing currency, you are doing some derivatives, and you need to pass money from one place to another one. It can be hectic. But once you go to the trading itself, I'll tell you, there is no one person who does all the assets. You have to get different traders with different specialities to work on their niche. So everyone works on their niche. Everyone has different allocation. Everyone has different risk parameters. And then all of them contribute to the pot.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, we'll say, like last year, we ended up delivering the 29.38%. It did not come from one pot. And not only that, not just coming from one pot, it's not a straight line. You'll go to a month whereby you find this asset class, fixed income, declared a loss, let's say in a certain month. And another asset class is the one that actually boosted the returns. Then you move to the next month, you find things have flipped. And that's why we have, when you look at asset allocation, and I want to say Oak Special Fund, we call it an asset allocation fund. By an asset allocation fund, the major analysis is to say which asset classes are making money for us now, which are risky, and where should we move the money from. So every day, every time, it's a thing of moving assets from this side to the other side, this side to the other side. We are trying to create efficiency of your funds to be able to create a consistent and stable return throughout.
I think it's also important to mention about the governance, because it's not just traders making their decisions. There are limits that these traders have. We also have reporting lines. We have also an investment committee that oversees all of this. And of course, we have the Capital Markets Authority and trustees and a custodian that know, where we're investing, and especially the trustee has to make sure, or at least has to monitor, that we are buying assets that we have actually said in our investment policy statement that we're going to buy, right?
True. Actually, that reminds me the biggest tussle I always have, because many people approach me, they talk to me and say they want to work with us. The next thing, they send me onboarding papers, and I'm like, I can't do it.
Onboarding papers for
counterparties. They want to work with us as a counterparty.
Like a bank, or?
Some of them are not banks, they are they provide financial services. Okay. And they approach me and they tell me, okay, those are the onboarding papers, proceed. And I have to explain to them that I'm not making the decision.
Yeah, not even that. We're not the ones opening the account.
We are not the ones opening the account. That's the second part. And they ask, why? I thought you were the ones managing. And all these, let me call them, all these are to protect your funds. Because what happens first is, any funds that you send, you don't send to FIDA. You send to what is called a custodial bank account. As at right now, all our funds are being held by KCB custody. So that's where you'll find your funds going to. And any instructions, we are the fund managers, we are the ones to give instructions. However, they have to ensure that whatever instructions we give, we can't just write to them and tell them, okay, send this money to buy 10 apartments. They'll say, that is not part of what you're supposed to invest in. Why are you sending? Who has authorized? So there is a check on what we are doing. That is number one. Number two, anything that we need to trade, any other counterparty, any other company that we need to trade with, has to go through first our internal approvals, which I'm going to speak about. Then from there, instructions go to the bank, and it's the bank to engage the other counterparty. So if the custody bank is not comfortable with the other counterparty, still they can't trade with that counterparty. That's what happens. And that's why I wanted to go to the different levels of checks before even we start initiating a trade. We have to onboard anyone we are trading with. And before we onboard, the decision must be made from the dealing room first. Once it's made from the dealing room, it has to move from there and presented, mostly by me, to the investment committee. The investment committee analyzes, approves with the help of research, and if approved, that's when the instructions go to the board. And a board resolution is done for the board resolution to be sent to custody for us to open the counterparty account.
Yeah.
So if you look at it, it's quite a rigorous thing to open even a counterparty. So even where your money is going, it has been checked and verified by several layers or levels to ensure that any investment or even the investment vehicle itself, it's a safe place for us to go. Yes.
So I want us to talk about the returns. You mentioned 29.3% in 2024, right?
Yes.
As we do this video, it is January 2025.
Yeah.
And so we are reviewing performance from February when we opened to December 2024, and the return was 29.38% to be exact. At least that's what on our fact sheet. So we're holding on our hands, in our hands, a fact sheet that covers that period. And perhaps you can explain, where did this return come from? Someone asked me, you guys, is this for real or is this a lie?